Tonight, on the world's most amazing videos, a fireworks factory explodes. Terrified families run for their lives. And a deadly tornado wipes out a farmhouse. Then turns its fury on a team of Stormchasers.
Back up! Back up!
Plus, a biker cheats death as a speeding motorcycle rockets past his head. Then, a dragboat flips and shatters on impact. And a skydiver's high-flying stunt ends in a bone-crushing crash. These are the incredible true-life stories of people who face their most desperate hour and live to tell about it. Everything you are about to see is real. Real people, real danger, real excitement. Get ready to experience the thrill of a lifetime. You are about to witness the world's most amazing videos.
Assen, Holland. The Supersport World Championship race. Christian Kellner hits the throttle with a sudden burst of speed. He tries to pass another rider, but the racer's daring move leads to disaster. Kellner wipes out. The bike topples over. He careens across the track. He flips, hits a wall, and then Kellner is nearly decapitated by a runaway motorcycle. The trouble starts here. Kellner's hitting speeds of 205 miles an hour. He guns it. Smoke billows. His oil line ruptures and spreads a slick on the track. Kellner's in a violent skid across the asphalt. He slams into a barrier. Then cheats death by only an inch. A different angle shows the incredible impact. Kellner hits a padded wall with such force it bounces him back to the ground. A lucky break that saves his life. Other riders hit the oil and wipe out and go crashing. In all, 7 racers slide into the trap, but no one is seriously injured. In this race, staying alive is considered a win. Kingsbury County, South Dakota. A tornado tears through the plains. Reed Timmer and his team of Stormchasers follow, videotaping from their car.
There's debris in the air everywhere. That's trees. We're torn apart trees.
Reed and his crew have seen more than 100 tornadoes up close.
Oh, I'm in heaven. I am in heaven. Oh, this is amazing.
But nothing like this.
Violent tornado, guys. On the ground. Here it comes.
An F4 tornado with winds topping 200 miles an hour.
It looked like a bomb blast. Just the updraft was incredible. It pretty much looked like a nuclear explosion.
I'm running out there right now. We're fine.
Reed and his team are now outside the car.
Listen to it roar!
They're so close to the Twister's fury, one crew member panics.
Go back, man. Please go back. We'll be okay, Alex. I can tell you right now, we're fine. You gotta just keep trusting us, okay?
I looked up and the motion in the clouds was just incredible. The storm was huge.
Then suddenly, the tornado changes course.
Get in the fucking car! Get in the car!
It's coming straight at them. The thrill seekers are now the prey.
Back up! Back up!
Their vehicle vehicle speeds away.
Back up! He's coming back towards us! Keep going! Keep going! Keep going!
The deadly cyclone's speed can be measured by telephone poles. Death is 3 poles away. Now 2. Now 1.
We had adrenaline rushes and my heart was, pounding out of my chest.
The Twister heads right for a family's home. The house is ripped from its foundation and hurled into the sky.
Oh my God, I hope they're okay. Please be okay.
There's pieces of house falling on us and all kinds of debris, insulation, everything just raining down on us. And then you start worrying for the people in the house.
Fortunately, the family makes it out in the nick of time. Reed and his crew lived to see another season of Twisters. But now they know how quickly nature's wrath can turn the hunters into the hunted.
Keep going! Keep going! Keep going! Keep going! Back up! Back up!
Oklahoma City. Moments after a tanker truck collision, 10,000 gallons of gasoline are up in flames. Fireballs blast sky high. Then, choking smoke barrels down the highway. Helpless drivers are trapped in its unfolding curtain of doom. Greg Parsons is at home nearby when he hears the blast.
I went outside to check it out, and that's when I saw the smoke. The thickest, blackest smoke I've ever seen, and there was a lot of it.
Greg grabs his video camera and runs onto the highway. He meets his neighbors, Stephen and Randy Blair.
We, never seen nothing like it before in my life. The flames were so high, and I knew nobody could make it out of them cars.
The trio is awestruck by a wall of flame stretching for a quarter mile. But suddenly, things go dark.
Then the smoke shifted, and you couldn't see anything around. You couldn't even see right in front of you. I couldn't even see my dad right beside me.
We were scared to death.
The 3 men begin to run when they hear a voice from the blackness.
Hello?
Somewhere in that thick smoke, a woman is screaming in terror.
Hello? Right here! I can't see you! Where are you?
It was clear that whoever was screaming for help was hurt or in danger and really scared. And we all just took off running towards the screams to see what we could do.
College student Lauren Hale is lost after crashing her SUV in the heavy smoke. Now she's out of the car, disoriented, blinded, wandering deeper into the fire.
Keep coming! Keep coming! Keep coming!
We just kept asking her where she was, and I was just reaching out, and I felt her grab my arm.
We got her!
The men lead Lauren to safety.
You okay?
I'm on the phone with 911.
4th and I-35.
4th and I-35.
Lauren's badly shaken, but all right.
Give me up right.
Yes.
Are you in your car?
Yes, there's people here.
It's okay.
As I was in the smoke, it was extremely hot, and so I just kept screaming. And the heat was so intense that it melted my sunglasses to my forehead. I just remember feeling someone pull my arm out. I couldn't even see them, their faces or their body. I just felt their hand pulling me out.
The 3 men receive heroism awards from the governor, but to Lauren Hale, they are even more than heroes.
These 3 guys that pulled me out, I just think that they're my guardian angels. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here today.
Coming up, a doomed F-16 plummets to the ground and bursts into a streaking comet of fire. Plus, a killer on the run makes his last stand. stunt, a skydiver aims for an open door and gets slammed. Then later, a TV debate erupts in a brawl, and the fists do the talking. When the world's most amazing videos continues.
Mountain Home, Idaho. The Thunderbirds are the highlight of a weekend air show. The powerful F-16s taxi down the runway. The first 4 jets take off in a perfect diamond formation. Captain Chris Strickland follows and thunders skyward in a steep vertical climb. The jet reaches 2,500 feet, turns, and dives toward the ground. And then, disaster. Watch again. As the jet levels out, it suddenly loses power. The plane crashes into the ground and explodes in a tumbling ball of fire. Kathy Starico is one of thousands of horrified spectators. Her camera rolls on the terrifying drama.
The idea of somebody could actually die right before my eyes, I just didn't like the thought of seeing something like that.
Then, an amazing sight.
The pilot is out. He is standing up.
Captain Strickland is alive. A closer look shows the pilot ejecting less than a second before impact. Here's how it looked from the cockpit. Strickland pulls the ejection handle. The canopy bursts off. A split second later, the airman is launched out of the jet only 150 feet from certain death. The pilot is visibly upset.
Oh man, he just threw down his parachute.
He took off his helmet, you could tell he was mad.
Oh man, he's walking back and forth, kicking the ground.
An investigation would later reveal that Strickland miscalculated his altitude. It also revealed his heroism. Knowing he's about to crash, he remains inside the doomed jet long enough to steer it away from the crowd. "70,000 people came to see a thrilling air show. But thanks to Captain Strickland, no one paid with their lives." "13,000 feet above Rantoul, Illinois. Skydiver Tim Bernard is attempting a very risky stunt, one that's never been done before. At 5,000 feet, Tim's parachute opens. His goal? Fly through the right door of that airplane hangar, make a sharp turn, and then fly out the door on the left. Tim flies into the hangar. He makes the turn, but his parachute snags on the door frame. Tim slams into the cement floor with a bone-crushing thud. The impact smashes his hip and shatters his pelvis in 7 places. His friends and cameraman come to his aid.
Oh, yeah.
Tim is in shock and pain, yet he's alert.
I was off on the line.
At about 600 feet, when I got a good look at the building, I realized I'm not where I should be. That's when I want to abort. And that's roughly a millisecond before I'm going to be in the building. I heard a loud explosion of the canopy hitting the door. And then a brief moment of silence, dead silence. And then I could hear my helmet and my body slap the concrete floor.
Tim endures 5 months of recuperation, but he vows to return to the skies.
I don't think about how lucky I was. I know how lucky I was. Any skydiver that sees that video, they cringe. I should have died that day.
Ennis, Montana. Highway Patrol Officer Jason Hildenstab is in hot pursuit of a fugitive killer. The suspect, George Davis, barrels through a winding mountain pass at speeds topping 130 miles an hour.
I normally wouldn't drive at those speeds in any typical pursuit, but Davis has shot 8 people by this point and shot a deputy as well, and I wasn't going to let him get away.
But the officer has a big problem.
When I came on, I hadn't had a chance to fuel up my car the night before, so I was buried on empty, and I was expecting actually to run out of gas at any second.
He's got to end this chase now.
So I got a little closer than I normally would, and at that point he took one more look up into his rearview mirror, and then he just hit his brakes.
The crazed gunman crouches behind the rear bumper and opens fire. Hildenstab fires 2 rounds of buckshot.
I just wanted him to experience the feeling of bullets flying his way. I remember looking at the muzzle blast from his gun and thinking, I'm dead.
The officer dives for cover just as Sheriff's Deputy David Conway arrives and unloads his 12-gauge.
Deputy Conway was firing from behind me towards Davis, and this caused Davis to get back into his car and flee the scene again.
His cruiser badly damaged, Officer Hildenstab rushes to join the deputy, and the deadly pursuit rages on.
I wanted to kill him, and I wanted to get him stopped before he killed me or killed somebody else.
The chase nears the state line. Up ahead, an Idaho state trooper lays down a spike strip.
Get ready to get the hell out of the way, though, because we don't know what he's going to do. Watch out!
Bullseye. The spikes blow out the car's tires, but the killer is not going down without a fight. Watch again.
You could see the gun fly out of his hand and land on our trunk and then fall back into his car.
Come on, stay down now, stay down right here.
Officer Hildenstab's leg is broken in the crash. The state trooper drags him to safety. Fortunately, Davis is too hurt to keep shooting.
Put your hands outside the door, right now!
The suspect is taken into custody. He receives the largest prison sentence ever in the state of Montana, 11 life terms. Thanks to the bold determination of officers like Jason Hildenstab, a cold-blooded killer is off the streets.
Coming up, a snowmobiler triggers a ferocious avalanche and is buried alive. Plus, a cowboy is trampled by a raging bull that whips him like a rag doll. And a fiery stunt goes terribly wrong, engulfing a man in a blistering ball of flames. a motorcycle daredevil attempts a record jump, but lands head first. When the world's most amazing videos returns.
West Yellowstone, Montana. Trinus Bear guns his snowmobile in a competition climb up a perilous slope. First prize goes to the rider reaching the highest point on the mountain. Up and up, Trinus pushes past his opponent's marks. He's 40 feet from the summit when he turns. And then he's chased by a thundering cascade of snow. Trinus disappears under the surging wall of white. Friends below watch helplessly as he's swept down the mountainside. His good friend, Jim Phelan, is horrified. Trinus is buried alive. Jim drops his camera and races to help.
Once the snow stopped, once I had to get out of the way, and once the snow came to rest, I absolutely thought Trinus was going to die. There was no question in my mind.
Another look shows the moment Trinus triggers the violent avalanche. He tries to outrun the killer slide, but is thrown from the snowmobile. A second avalanche erupts. He disappears into a white cloud of terror. Under all that snow, Trinus is suffocating. His buddies rush into action. Trinus is buried for 3 excruciating minutes. He's in shock and trembling. But he's alive.
That lip was too big.
Everyone is overcome with emotion.
Did you hear anything?
I sensed something, and I looked up above me, and I could see the snow cracking on the cliffs above me. When it actually, the snow started boiling up in front of me, just like a wave of water, actually. That's when it sent me into the air. I was probably 20, 30 feet in the air, and I remember flying through the air. It was just silent. I could just feel it getting heavier and heavier. It was getting hard to breathe. And all of a sudden, at that instant, it was over. Death crossed my mind. I feel very lucky to be alive.
Puerto Escondido, Mexico. An inexperienced cowboy named Alberto takes his first ride atop a bronco bull. It could be his last. Alberto loses his grip and falls. The bull whips him in a violent spin. The beast drags his lifeless body across the ring. Finally, the young rider is set free and pulled to safety. He's alive, but just barely. The wild ride takes a terrifying turn when Alberto's face smacks the steel fence. He's dazed and unable to hang on to the bridle. The cowboy is knocked unconscious by a barrage of punishing blows to the head. Remarkably, Alberto lives to ride another day. He's lucky his first bull ride wasn't his last. Miami, Florida. Eddie DePaula of Turley Jewelers helps his first customer of the day. As always, security cameras are rolling.
So he comes in, he looks around, he says he wants to buy an engagement ring and that he has a budget. And his budget's about $2,000.
Eddie shows the customer several diamond rings in his price range. But this man is not here to buy.
And then all of a sudden, bam, I mean, there's a gun in my face.
What the crook doesn't know is that Eddie's nephew, Mike, is working in the back.
I yell his name, he doesn't know what he's walking into.
Mike pulls the suspect off his uncle while Eddie wrestles away the gun.
I don't know what got into me. I just reacted. I just take the gun from him.
Another look shows how Eddie nearly loses his life in the struggle.
I just push the gun away from the direction of my body. The gun goes off. There's a gun just to the left of me. There's a big bullet hole in the wall behind me.
Now the tables are turned. Eddie orders the assailant to leave. But then Eddie changes his mind.
All of a sudden you say, wait, I got a big gun now. I don't have to let you go.
But the suspect has no intention of going to jail.
I shoot a warning shot at the ground to calm him down for him to sit still. He doesn't sit still.
Incredibly, the gunman has the nerve to plead for mercy.
He's running all over the jewelry store. Please open the door. Let me go. Please, 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 please. I'm sorry. Just open the door. Let's pretend this didn't happen.
But Eddie and Mike are in no mood to play games. Eddie slams the butt of his pistol against the man's head. Finally, the police arrive and place the armed robber in custody.
I felt grateful that I lived through a situation like that.
This would-be groom tried to save money on a wedding ring. Now he'll get a free reception at the Dade County Jail.
Up next, a martial artist's fiery finale blows up in his face. And a drag boat hits a wave and smashes into 1,000,000 pieces. Later, fireworks explode out of control. An entire city is under siege. When the world's most amazing videos continues.
Shoto, Oklahoma. Dragboats roar down the course at 150 miles an hour, but the race lasts only a second. Driver Dave Ferguson's tail section blows, sending the boat into a savage spiral. Dave's wife is taping the race. Horrified, she runs with the camera.
And the boat just disintegrated before our eyes. It's just shocking. I mean, it was just, oh my God. Pure fear just set in and just started running towards the site of the crash.
Dave's 3 kids are with his wife.
Please, stay with me. Stay with me.
Dave is in the sealed boat cockpit called a capsule. As long as it stays afloat, he won't drown. That is, if he's not already dead.
When the capsule was in the water, I felt pretty helpless because there's nothing I could do but sit there and watch.
The rescue team speeds to the capsule. Unbelievably, they run over it. If the capsule sinks, Dave will drown. The rescuers recover quickly. They find Dave alive and conscious.
It's like, man, I know they're freaking out up there. So at that point, I gave them a thumbs up so they knew I was all right.
With only minor injuries, Dave looks back and realizes just how lucky he is.
I felt like I'd hit a brick wall. I mean, absolutely every inch of my body hurt, and hurt bad. I mean, I thought I was dead for a minute. It was like I had to pinch myself and look around a little bit.
Dave Ferguson survives this crash, but gives up racing forever. Friday night at the fights. Martial arts expert Lee Barden is the midnight finale. It's a real showstopper. He'll be spinning a pair of flaming nunchucks.
I not recommend you try this at home.
Tonight, Lee shouldn't try this at all. The nunchucks spread their flames everywhere. Like a horror movie, Lee is transformed into a human torch. The flames erupt when Lee pulls the nunchucks from the pan of kerosene. His assistant tries to stamp out the flames. Instead, he kicks 1.5 gallons of blistering lighter fluid right into Lee's face. When Lee throws his chucks to the mat, he only spreads the fire. Fully engulfed, he dives over the ropes. Friends and paramedics beat out the flames. Lee is wrapped in sheets to protect him from infection. He has 2nd and 3rd degree burns over half his body. The accident is due to a tragic mistake. Lee's new assistant soaked the nunchucks with far too much lighter fluid.
I was saying, there is no way I'm on fire. As I'm swinging the chucks, I'm going, it is impossible. I'm on fire. And all of a sudden, I went, no, you're on fire.
Incredibly, things could have been much worse. Lee's body shields the crowd from the flaming liquid. And when he dives over the ropes, he deliberately heads away from the fans and toward the paramedics.
When they got me put out, I was asking my paramedic friend, how bad? She goes, it's the worst I've ever seen.
Lee not only survives the horrific stunt, but has almost no scars to show for his nightmare.
I should look like Freddy Krueger, but God bless me, and I don't.
Still ahead, a political talk show host is caught in the crossfire and gets the boot. And when a car loses control, a cop gets wiped out. Plus, a stuntman crashes and catapults down the ramp. When the world's most amazing videos continues.
Del Mar, California. Daredevil Bubba Blackwell wows the crowd on his motorcycle. He's ready to break another record, or break all his bones trying. Tonight, he'll attempt to jump 22 cars, a distance of 140 feet. That's the most cars ever jumped on a 300-pound Harley-Davidson Roadster. Bubba starts down the track, but aborts at the last second. Something doesn't feel right. But the Daredevil doesn't want to disappoint his fans. So he sets aside his fear and guns it. Bubba smashes face first. Crew Chief Ron Roberts rushes to his friend's side.
His head had swollen up. It looked like a basketball. He was bleeding out his ears and all over the place. It didn't look good. It didn't look good at all.
The mood is grim. Paramedics work to find any signs of life. After several agonizing moments, we see the sign. Bubba wiggles a foot.
They naturally loaded him up. The rest of the crew guys and I, we went to the hospital to see how he was. It was tough. It really was tough.
Bubba should have hit the ramp at 80 miles an hour
As soon as the wheel left the takeoff ramp, you know something's wrong, so.
But in the soft dirt, he couldn't get enough traction.
We're on a horse track. Bubba didn't get up enough speed for the actual jump.
Bubba is in a coma and remains on life support for a week.
I feel so incredibly lucky to be alive. As I tumble through the air, you see I do 1.5 cartwheels and I land on my head, which gave me a severe head injury. I remember waking up in the hospital wondering, what in the world am I doing here?
Bubba Blackwell is lucky he woke up at all after cheating death at Del Mar. Buenos Aires, Argentina. A live political talk show is about to change from a war of words into a real battle. Guest Alberto Sami, accused of owing millions in taxes, crowds the table. The host steps back uneasy. First, there's shoving, but then a sucker punch. Shocked crew members rush in to restore order. The men are separated. Tempers seem to cool. Then the fighting resumes. The host is barely able to stay on his feet. Still, he tries to counterattack. A man from the politician's side rushes in. There's a kick from behind. The host goes down. Again, he comes out swinging. It takes 4 crew members to finally restrain the host and end the brawl. On this talk show, actions speak louder than words. Monroe County, Michigan. Winter cold coats a highway with treacherous black ice. State Trooper Keith Carlson stops to help a motorist who has skidded off the road. The officer makes it to the highway shoulder. Then, from out of nowhere, a car comes crashing. The impact sends the officer flying into a metal fence. When it first leaves the road, the sliding car clips the officer's cruiser, scrambling the dashboard camera picture. It clicks back into focus to capture the moment the officer is hit. Emergency crews rush him to the hospital. Miraculously, he's okay, simply stunned.
I had no time to react to it. It was a complete surprise. I feel pretty lucky to still be here.
Trooper Carlson will never forget how deadly black ice put his life in jeopardy in the blink of an eye. If you have an amazing video, then we want to hear from you. Just log on to nashentertainment.com and follow the links to the world's most amazing videos. That's where you'll find our address. There's a cash reward waiting for you if we use your tape. So send your amazing video today.
Coming up, a warehouse packed with fireworks explodes and fills the night sky with terror. As the world's most amazing videos continues.
Kolding, Denmark. Fire has broken out in the city's main business, a fireworks factory. The neighborhood is rattled by explosions on the ground and rockets in the air. By late afternoon, the situation is only getting worse. The blaze has spread to all the warehouses on the property. Yet, fire officials are confident the inferno will burn itself out by nightfall. They're in for a cruel surprise. The factory is holding twice as many fireworks as allowed. A deadly mistake. The night is shattered by constant blasts that send shockwaves for miles. Now, the fire has spread all the way through the city. Neighbors must run for their lives. They leave their homes and cars behind to burn. 400 firefighters battle through the night. By dawn, what was once a city now resembles a war zone. The fireworks, designed to inspire a sense of awe, instead rain down a hailstorm of fear and destruction.
These are some of the incredible true life stories of people who stared death in the face and lived to tell about it. Join us next time for more of the world's most amazing videos.